Well, good day, everybody. My name's Tim Cruz, and I'm the Plymouth County District Attorney. I have been for a number of years now. And we do many things in the DA's office, but I think one of the most important things we do is we work with a lot of our community groups. And what I'm trying to do is promote exactly what our relationships are and what we're doing here for the city of Brockton and the county of Plymouth in a really good and positive fashion. So with me today from the New Life Temple of Holiness, right here in the city of Brockton, we have Senior Pastor Mike Gilbert and his lovely wife Eva, both here today to talk to us exactly what it is that they do here in the city of Brockton, and what can we continue to do to make sure that we can make this a great, healthy community. And I'm so appreciative that you're both here today to tell us a little bit about that. So right now, tell me a little bit about the New Life Temple of Holiness and the work that you do here in the community.
Well, we're a local church here based in Brockton, and founded myself and wife. We were blessed to open the doors with just our family, immediate family, back in 2001.
Wow.
On the corner of Green and Main Street. And we were just honored just to come out. And we're more of a, coming from Boston, Massachusetts, we sought to not just be the traditional church, but be the community church. Those that are on the front lines, out there, just meet the needs of the community. We wanted to be a resource when people come. So we take pride in that, and we like to collaborate. We like to do a lot of good things.
Yes, we've been in the community. Actually, we moved from Boston, and we've been in Brockton for some 30 plus years. This is our community. We love our city. We're here to support everyone. We've done a lot of work. We have done, when we first started out, we would do the walk for violence. We did that for many years. We worked with the other mayors that was here. Mayor Harrington, who was awesome at the time.
Yep. Yes.
We loved him. You know, he was a great supporter to us, and so he helped us in a lot of things. And so our goal is to make Brockton one of the best. I've heard some negative things about Brockton, but it's not true. And it's usually people that are from not here that have said things, you know, but we love our community. We love Brockton. I'm a great supporter, and I'm going to continue to live in Brockton until God says something different.
Awesome.
Well, that's great.
Awesome. Yeah.
I think people need to understand that there's a lot of really good people here, and you're right. I mean, there's a lot of people that say negative things because it's easy to throw rocks, unfortunately.
That's right.
You know, but the people who are really making a difference in the community are people like yourselves and the other churches and the people in the community make a big difference every single day for a lot of the kids that are out there. And that's really the big thing. I think that's how, you know, in my opinion, we need to all work together to make sure that we can make this the best community that it can be. And we certainly couldn't do the small part that we do without groups like yours. And so I want to thank you once again. Now, you've been here for 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, how did the pandemic affect you? I mean, back then, I know that you did e-worship, you did e-ministry.
Yes.
And that's great, but that must have been an incredible challenge for you.
Yeah, it was challenging because traditionally, when you think of going to worship or just any type of community-based program in general, the physical contact is so important. The collaboration, just the in-person experience, and going digital was tough. I mean, we weren't even online prior to COVID, and we just it's almost like you were going forward at speed limit, you just hit the brakes and went in reverse. And but we adjusted, we kept doing what we had to do, but it opened doors into other opportunities. You know, it allowed us to meet people that we would have probably never met. We've been in the city 20 years, and because of the pandemic, we were able to collaborate. One major event that we did was that we fed over 600 plus people at the office. You guys helped us with during the pandemic for Thanksgiving, and that first Thanksgiving and holiday season was pretty tough. And it was just dynamic, so we were able to meet, you know, people from Tufts Medical, you know, local supermarkets, and so many people that just want to jump on board. And I got to give a shout out to the corporate entities in the city, because they really stepped up to the plate, and they want ongoing change in supporting the city.
And that was really done so well. Yeah. I mean, because it was the drive-through.
The drive-through.
It literally was a drive-through. You know, everything was prepackaged. People were coming through, and the people were very thankful that they could get your help. You know, at that time, and it's things like that that make a big difference in a community.
That's right.
Whether it be Brockton, an urban community, or whether it be suburbia or the rural areas that we all deal with. There's different sections of our county that we deal with, and I'm appreciative of the fact that you were able to put that together, and all the other things that you do, especially for the kids.
That's right.
You know, and the young men, the young women who need something in their lives, whether or not it's religion, whether or not it needs family,
That's right.
a mentor. That's
Absolutely.
really important stuff.
Absolutely.
And I know that you're very involved with that. How do you reach out to the young men and young women now to try to help them?
Well, I can let my wife speak on that. She's very, very active, and maybe she can tell you about we're active with the DEC program, and she's reached out. She's an advocate for the young ladies and different things. So maybe you want to talk about the
Well, again, if it wasn't for the pandemic, first of all, we wouldn't have met you, Mr. Cruz, and your team.
personally,
And
right?
and you have an awesome team, and we thank God for it. I was always one for the women. I've done work as far as family child care for 14 years in the community, took care of families and, those that just, had a hard time, talking to the young, raising the young kids, being a part of them, considering them my family as well. That's why I always wanted to work in the family center around kids. So I started out from a young girl working with children, always took care of my nieces and nephews, which led up to me starting also my own family child care business. But working with children, working with family, and one of the great things that I love about my ministry is that I love working with women. That's my goal, is to work with women, to empower them, to help them, to assure them. There are some things that I've gone through to myself. I've had a hard time, came from a family of 12. I still yet have 7 sisters whom I love dearly. My parents raised us, to be respectful, to respect your where you live, your environment. And so, and even though we didn't have much, but you know what? They always make sure that we was taken care of. And so that's my big thing, is that families are so important. And so that's my goal, is to continue. I try to be on all of the calls that you all have in regards, to working with family. Had the opportunity to go visit the Children Advocate Center just a few weeks ago that we were there. My heart was touched about the work that they're doing, and so I just want to get more involved, in being able to help and to change, change the trajectory of, as much family as we can. We can't save them all, right? But we'll work as hard as we can to save the one that comes through our path.
Right. And there's certainly a lot of young men and young women that need that help, whether it be, the other thing that, you're good enough to be involved with Safe Streets Initiative and showing up at those meetings, making sure that we can do, try to keep gun and violence, try to keep that out of the city of Brockton also. And also our work, with the United Way, who makes a huge difference in County of Plymouth and here in the city of Brockton. And I know you were talking with Dennis Carmen earlier, who's been a variety of hats since I've been DA, from the Mainspring House to the United Way, and he has been a true partner to us over the years, and somebody that you can rely on and make a difference. But you had mentioned the DEC, the Drug and Endangered Children. I know that last summer we were able to go to a conference. We were able to learn a little bit more about DEC, and also learn a bit, because many times I'm asked, well, what the heck is the DA involved in this stuff for?
Exactly.
This is not what I do. If you think of what the DA does, you're thinking of, he's a prosecutor, he's in court with all of his people, they're prosecuting cases.
Much more,
But we're involved in so many other things, and maybe you can talk a little bit about the 2021 National DEC Alliance meeting that you both went to last August.
Just from my perspective, it was, I told my wife when I went to National Drug and Endangered Children's Conference in Nashville, it was an experience that, I tell you, if I had to do it another week, I would do another week, because it was informal. It was good to see departments and agencies and partners from all over the country and tell their story. And I saw the bigger picture, that we all have the similar story. Yes, we might be in an urban community, might be in city, but the rural areas have the same problems, the western states. And I think the most part that I learned from it is that collaboration is a key. And from the testimonies and from the stories and from the agencies and those that spoke, we learn and understand that one person cannot do it all. one agency can't do it by themselves. Not even one family. Sometimes it takes a whole, you heard the saying, it takes a village, to raise a child. So we learned that, and I think it was awesome that we were able to take back some of that material, and it really helped not only my ministry, but it helped my community outlook on how I did things, because it was tools that we can take, just to add what we're trying to do here in Brooklyn. So I think it was awesome. I would advise anybody to go, but the good thing about it, that this office and your office supplies all these things. And to piggyback off your comment that when we think of the district attorney, we think of lawyers, we think of imprisonment, we think of we think of the courtroom, but it goes beyond that, is that there's so many resources here that the community has access to. Tools, I mean, some of these flyers and these things that I'm doing in the community the last 2 or 3 years is by the help of the Commonwealth, is by the help of the county. So I think that all of us can work together. You do your part as DA. Brockton Police has been awesome supporters. They help us out. But I think for the most part, if we all work together, and just at the end of the day, and being on the board of directors for United Way for Plymouth County, also, I understand that the whole team, from the DA's office, down to United Way, down to myself, my wife, down to the church, to the minister, even to the person that's just handing out food, they play a vital role. And if all those people work together, we can change one life. That one life is huge, because I feel if that one life changed, that's another added to the society. Who knows? Maybe that person's going to be a homeowner. Maybe they're going to be a business owner. Maybe you never know what jewel you're going to find in it. So I think it's awesome. And just through the Family Center and working with them, and through the experience of DEC, I brought a lot of stuff back to United Way. And we're thankful for Tracy Hillman, the newly elected leader of the Family Center. And we reached over, I believe, just in Brockton alone, 2,500 families. Wow. Their lives were changed last year. And that was a COVID year. So, wow. And I think with all of our experience in all this classroom and training that we're doing, that's where it really benefits. So the DEC was awesome for me. The DEC was awesome. So.
Yeah, the DEC was awesome for me too. It was something that I've never experienced before. But my goal is to push, even though they had it in Tennessee, why can't we have it here in Massachusetts?
You said that.
And I'm going to keep saying that, Mr. Lewis. Listen,
come on, Tim, you got to make it happen. You got to make it happen.
We have got to work together, and we do have someone coming, Miss Tonya Kane, and we'll show you all the flyer, that's going to be coming. And we pray that after she comes, that she'll give us some tools and information that we can work. And we can get involved, and we can have something to come here, to our great city.
Sure, that's right.
And I think that's much needed. There are a lot of things happen in all of the different states, New York and all these different things, but we need something exciting and amazing, that come to this community, right? And so we're going to work on it, right, Mr. Cruz?
No, absolutely. Everything's baby steps. And the way I look at it is that we've been dealing with Drug and Endangered Children Initiative. Yes. We're one of the first ones, if not the first, here in Massachusetts.
Right.
And now we're expanding, and what we're hoping to get is the National DEC Alliance here into the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Yes. Awesome. I've got other DAs. I've told all the elected DAs, about what we're doing.
Awesome.
Some have joined in already. Others are
sure did.
getting in that direction. The Drug and Endangered Children Initiative, trying to get schools trauma safe, trauma free for these kids who are having some difficult challenge in their life, their adverse childhood experiences. It's so important that we get them the resources that they need. Yes. I truly believe that all the little things, like you mentioned, all the little things here in our community, the little baby steps that we're going to be able to stop cycles of domestic violence. We're going to be able to stop cycles of child abuse. Yes. That's what the CAC is doing. And the DEC and the training and the learning and the lessons you've learned and bring back here to the community.
It's huge.
It's huge. You're helping kids, and I think it's so difficult to measure prevention. How do you come up with a number on that?
Exactly.
How do you say that? But you're absolutely right. I mean, if you can help one person, you made a huge difference. And that's why, as we go forward, we need to continue to work together. And I know that as part of our collaboration, you have other items now that the Tonya Kane coming on August 6th and August 7th of this year. And we're going to put the flyer on as we continue on. But Tonya Kane is somebody who we saw at the National DEC Alliance.
Absolutely.
And she's somebody who has an incredible story. And I credit you both. I mean, you got her here. That's how she's coming.
You got her here.
She's coming here, and she's going to talk about her story. And that may be the step that can continue to broaden the horizons of people around here and say, you know what? we really can work together, and we
That's
can
right.
help. We can really help the children
That's right.
in our community, so that they're not
Absolutely.
dealing with the problems that are out there. My goal. People talk about criminal justice reform. If you want real criminal justice reform, we need to keep people out of the criminal justice system.
That's right.
And that's what this is going to do.
That's
And
what it's
so
about.
I'm so appreciative of
That's
what
right.
you do and of what we're going to be able to. I see you have other flyers there also.
Sure.
What else do you have coming up?
So we have, we collaborated with Choices for Teens, Mr. Charles Hollins and myself and my wife. We have what's called the Internet Cafe. It's going to be a free multimedia program. Brockton Public Schools, they've been gracious enough to open up their doors at North Junior High for us. So we're going to be up there for June 2022 to June 2023.
Yes.
And this is a free program for kids in the community. And what myself and my wife, we're more of a program-based ministry in the sense that we want to keep kids and youth occupied. We want to keep them busy. Back in our day, we can get a wiffle ball bat, go out in the field, and we can have fun all day. I remember taking the milk crate, cutting the bottom out, making a basketball hoop, playing all day. But we know times has changed. It's not our time. This is their time, and we're going to respect that. But this is a free multimedia program. Kids are going to learn to do just what we're doing here today. They're going to be creating their own podcasts, their own videos, and everything, all that good stuff. And Choice of the Team, they will also host a mentoring program. We have all types of mentors across the state military that's going to be coming in and talking to middle schoolers all the way up to high schoolers. So we just want to get one step at a time, and I'm thankful for the people at Brockton Public Schools that allow this opportunity to spread this to them and give that opportunity. And our push is that we want to try to combat any negative things by youth between the hours of
Yes.
like 6 and 10 at night. So that's our goal during the summer. We want to do some things in the afternoon. So this is what we do, and we just love it. And also considering that we've lost the opportunity of having a Brockton Fair.
Right.
So our church just came up with the idea, so you know what, we have 2 motor coach buses, and we drive everywhere, our church goes everywhere. So we're gonna take a couple of friends and family trips to Lake Compounds in Bristol, Connecticut, so
Oh,
that's
nice.
an opportunity. So we'll have information in that. So we wanna give something to the community, and this is what me and my wife does, and we're in the trenches. So we wanna give people that opportunity we didn't have, I remember growing up in the streets of Roxbury and growing up on a tough budget, just real tough, single parent, just my mom. And I vowed that I pray to God that if He ever, give me anything, I'm going to help those. So it's not just ministry, but it's just a part of my heart.
Yeah. And also, I'm still in contact with some, with a family from the DEC program as well. So, and I want to keep that open because, like you said, we're going to take baby steps, and when we get here, we want to be able
That's
to
true.
reach out to some of those same, families that spoke then, that they will come and speak, for us.
Yes.
So we don't just want Miss Tony or King, we want
Absolutely.
others that, can bring, the story to us, that can help us, how to, make this happen in our community.
Well, I agree. It's one of those programs that once you bring it here, people
They'll never
watch
forget.
it and they don't forget it.
Absolutely.
That's why it's a real good thing for us to do.
Mhm.
I'm very appreciative of what
Yes.
you both do here in the city of Brockton.
Appreciate it.
I think you make a huge difference.
So,
And we want to continue to work with you both, work with your church,
Absolutely.
making sure we can go forward from there. And like I said, we'll also be promoting the event that you have on August
Yes.
6th and August 7th coming up with Tonya, and making sure that we can do that. So is there
Absolutely.
anything else you'd like to say today?
no, we'd just like to say thank you for this opportunity, and your office has been nothing but kind to us and supportive. And what I have to say is that just the Commonwealth itself and the county has really stepped up with the community and really helped us in the COVID times. You didn't turn it back, but you guys actually went deep in the street, so we appreciate that. And you kind of put a fire under myself, I can say personally, my wife, that we're getting all the training. We're getting all the training we have because it's a new day. Mental health and mental disease is on the rise. Kids are going through things.
Sure.
Families are going through things. So
Yes.
we pride ourselves getting that training. So we want to thank you for that opportunity. And those that may see this, take advantage of the training that the DA has. There's countless trainings, and we're so grateful for it. And it's just the experience you have. So we appreciate it.
Great.
Thank
Well,
you for that.
I appreciate it. Eva, is there anything else you want to say?
I just want to say thank you again and for your team. And sometime I'll drive around, I see you walk the street. That is awesome.
That is huge.
so awesome.
You're visible.
It just touches my heart, to see you, you're not just sitting in the office. And I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting with him,
Right.
but I have actually seen him walk the streets of Brockton. And so I am so, grateful to God for you for that, And I remember the time when I would see your name on the ballot, and I don't know anything about him, but this is the one, so it had to be God, and
Just
so
the
we,
work,
we, we
yeah.
prayed that, we would have the best team, the best people
That's
in
right.
place, that does care for the community, that does care for the family, that want to see, an environment where our children can be safe, go to school and do their part and
Absolutely.
become, maybe the next DA, maybe the next mayor, maybe the next governor, whatever,
right.
maybe the next preacher, maybe the next teacher, whatever God has from them, that they will be able to receive, their goals, their achievement, whatever they want, So we thank God for you all.
Well, I'm very appreciative of what you both do. It makes a difference here in the city, and it's my pleasure to work alongside both of you. We'll continue to work and collaborate and
Absolutely.
continue to make a difference here. And so with that, I will we'll end this podcast, for lack of a better word. I'm not really sure what to call it. Thank you very much for watching,
Thank you.
listening.
Thank
We're gonna be putting on some flyers and information for you, so please check it out. If you have any other questions about this flyer or any others, PlymouthDA.com. Go on PlymouthDA.com. It will open the door for many different things that we do here in the community, and also for programs that are upcoming that can make a difference. So with that, thank you
Also,
very much.
one thing, Tim, I'm sorry if
Sure.
we close. As far as the Tonya Kane, it is a registered event, but myself and United Way has worked up and made available for those that can't afford. It's a small donation for the event. The QRC code will direct them. So we ask them to contact your office, and your team is also
Great.
there, and United Way for families. And we don't want anybody to feel that because they don't have the registration fee, they can't come. There is ways for that. Just want to put that
That's
out
great.
there.
No, that's actually glad you
All right.
did. All right. Well, thank you all very much, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.